Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is another Fab 5 with the Erica Conger here on the YouTubes. She thought up this video idea where we choose 5 palettes at random and then choose one shade from each palette at random, make an eye look out of it, and answer questions at the same time. So that is what we're doing today, and I am very, very excited. So I guess we just have to start with choosing what 5 palettes we're gonna use. My random palette wheel, this has all of the eyeshadow palettes that I own in it. So let's pick the first palette. Divina Aurora Flares. Okay. And, oh, there we go. Odin's Eye and Tina. Huda Mercury Retrograde. Revolution Smoky Icon. Okay, one more, right? Blend Bunny Lure. Okay, let me go gather those palettes and then I'll come back and randomly choose what shades I'm going to use, and then we'll tuck into the look and the questions. I have acquired all of the palettes, so now we have to pick the shades. Wow. Okay, in my defense, I've had a very busy morning. Sister Karen injured her knee folding laundry. I know what you're thinking. Wild and crazy, right? I think we need to come up with a better story. But this kind of goes back to getting older. You can wake up and literally be broken. So anyway, we have the Revolution Beauty Smoky Icon palette. This is just the first one I grabbed. I'm only counting it as a 10-pan palette because I'm not using the cream shades. So we'll do 1, 6, like that. Okay, now I've put 1 through 10 in my number generator. 8. Let's do Divina next. I have to be really careful holding this up because some of these just like fall right out. So there are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I think you get it. I'm not going to keep explaining it to you because you're smart. You know what I'm talking about. Number 6. Next, we have the Huda Mercury Retrograde. And this has 18 shades. I don't remember when I used this last. All right, let's see what we get. I did adjust it. 11. Next, we have Odin's Eye and the Fancy Face, aka Tina, with this 12-pan palette. 7. And last but not least is the Blend Bunny Lure palette. I have not used this in a while. This is a 24-pan palette. I've already adjusted the numbers. So let's hope for something good. 15. Okay, I am really, really not bad at this. Holy moly. Okay, so first we have the Smoky, then we have Divina and Huda and Tina, Odin's Eye, and then Blend Bunny Lure. That is a very pretty color story. I don't even need to like think about it. I pretty much know what I'm gonna do. Okay, going in with the Shade in the Smoky palette, and the first question: what is the first song that you remember having a strong reaction to, either positive or negative? That was super easy for me. None of these I don't think have one answer. So for me, I was torn between the song Teddy Bear by Red Sovine and Jeannie's Afraid of the Dark by Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner. Both songs used to make me cry like it was my job. What am I doing? That's not where I wanted to go. Okay, well, slight adjustment. Yeah, both songs made me cry. My children, I don't know if I ever introduced them to Janie's Afraid of the Dark because, I mean, my mom had it on a cassette from a record, like a recorded cassette from a record when I was really little. And I didn't even look to see if I could find it to listen to it. Alexa, play Janie's Afraid of the Dark by Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner.
Janie's Afraid of the Dark by Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton on Amazon Music.
Okay, well, I mean, that answers that. And then I know you can find Teddy Bear. I pretty much know all of Red Sovine's music. I was really into trucker music when I was little. And, you know, not so little. All right. Question number 2. What is the best concert you've ever been to and the worst? Going in with the Blend Bunny shade. I have only been to 4 concerts in my life. The first one was Loretta Lynn, and then Mike took me to see Lindsey Buckingham, and then John Hyatt and Lyle Lovett, and then last year, the year before, my sisters and I went and saw Lori Morgan. They were all great. I don't think there was a bad one, but again, I've only been to a few. Okay, again, this is gonna have a few. I'm going into the Odin's Eye and Tina palette. Okay, the best of Don McLean. I can totally listen to that and never get sick of it. I know all the words, like I love that one. The Bare Naked Ladies, all their greatest hits. Again, could listen to it indefinitely. That one was a fave for my stepsister and I. We used to, you know, hang out, lay in the sun, listen to the ladies, have a Corona. Back in the day. Honestly, I don't know if you would even know about this one, but there's an episode of Buffy called Once More with Feeling, and it has a whole soundtrack, and I could listen to that pretty much indefinitely. It's so good. I really like that. All right, the next question. An album that you know all of the songs and all of the lyrics. There are literally so many, but I won't carry on and on and on. I'll just name a few. And I'm going in with the Divina eyeshadow. This is going really quick. Okay, so the album Gold by ABBA, I know every song and every word of every song on that whole album. I love ABBA so much. When we went on our first cruise with Jackie Boy, we got to see an ABBA tribute band. It was very cool to see him, because he loved ABBA at the time. Like, that was his band. Jewel, Pieces of You. Also, I know every song and every word from that album. I'm taking this all the way out because that gray shade is not darker than this one. So, we're just gonna adjust. I'll use it on my lower lash line so you can tell that I did. God, that's beautiful. Melissa Etheridge, Yes I Am, the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. Again, every song, every word. Almost any 80s country album, I'm gonna know all the words to all the songs. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, definitely know every single song and every single word, and have since like forever. I'm taking the shade from the Smoky Icon palette. My lower lash line, since I kind of lost it. I obviously have a ton of fallout, but I will take care of that in a few minutes. Cleaning off that brush, we're going to go in with the last shade. Okay, number 5. The best baby making music. I don't know. I really did think about that one, and I don't know. It's an odd question. So I'm going to have to refer you to Erica. I'm sure she'll have an answer, and it'll be fabulous. So then we'll both know. Number 6. What musical artist is totally cringe, but you love them anyway? Okay, so part of this is nostalgia, but Tiffany, I remember when I discovered her, I was like maybe 9. I'm going in with the Huda Mercury retrograde shade, and I just thought she was so cool. She was so young, and I'd never known anybody young who did music. I always knew that Tanya Tucker did, but by the time, like, I was old enough to figure out who she was, like, she wasn't a kid anymore. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was just cool that there was somebody so young. And at the time, I thought she was, like, really, really, really young. Obviously, she was older than I realized, but I'm gonna have to adjust to this. That shade is like nice and pigmented. I'm looking crazy. It's gonna get better, I promise. Going back in with the Blend Bunny brush and shade. So Tiffany, Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun. I mean, I know, but again, I mean, if you want a good cry, yeah, what else? Okay, don't judge me too harshly, but this song, It Wasn't Me from Shaggy, it just cracks me up. And it shouldn't, because, it's not a funny song. I just think it's cute. It wasn't me. Okay. Number 7, if you could perform with any band or group, who would it be and why? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. Dolly Parton, because she is a god to me. Number 6, nope, just kidding. Number 8, what musical artist is totally overrated / underrated? Underrated, I'm gonna go with Dawn Williams, for sure. Raffi, it does kids music, but the songs are just lovely. They're so nice, and I really like them. I also think Jim Croce, everybody knows Bad Bad Leroy Brown, but I mean, he's got some really, really good songs. So, yeah. And then she's pretty new, or at least pretty new to me, but Jax, she's definitely underrated. And then overrated, listen, we don't have to agree, but the reality is Shania Twain is overrated in my opinion. When she first came out, I remember being so irritated by her story because it was like she watched Loretta Lynn's and decided to copy Kitty it. She's done some great songs. I know probably all of them, at least, you know, from back when. And they're fabulous, but yeah, I definitely think she's overrated. Okay, there are 2 more questions. They're very, very, very good ones. So let me go back on the rest of my face so I don't look quite so unwell. And my other eye, of course. And I'll come back and finish those up with you and give you an up close of this bingo with 5 palettes look. All right, I'm back and obviously everything is done. Let me scoot you in for an up close reconnoiter of the eyes. I think this worked out. I'm a little unsure about that kind of flesh tone from the Huda palette as like my inner corner lighter shade. It kind of just looks like I missed a spot, but I did add a little bit of my highlight to it, hoping to make it more obvious that it was intentional. I don't know, but anyway, we have 2 more questions. I think these are like pretty darn cool. Number 9, best vocal range. That has to go, I think, to Freddie Mercury. I mean, whether you're into that type of music or not, there was some serious talent there. So I know there's other ones, but that was the one that like really stuck out. So yeah, I'm comfortable going with Freddie Mercury. And last but not least, a song I think everyone should know. I could give you a giant list, but I'm just going to give you a small one, and I would 100% recommend listening to these songs over and over if you really want to get it. I don't know. I love them. 2 I've known like my whole life, and 1 I learned a little bit later, and then 1 I just learned not too long ago. So the first one would be Wanting Memories from Sweet Honey in the Rock. I used to dance around with Dallas to that song, and he dances with Leanie to it. It's very sweet. The next song is one you may already actually know, or maybe you don't know that you know. It is The Ugly Bug Ball by Burl Ives. It was from the movie Summer Magic, and I don't know if it's because I am head over heels in love with all the old guys. I mean, Burl Ives, come on. So cute. I love that song. And you can bet your butt that my kids, my grandkids, they all know it. It's very, very good. And then, okay, seriously, this song is amazing. It is You Can't Roller Skate in a Buffalo Herd by Roger Miller. Such a good song. Seems silly, but the message is very, very clear. And I love it. I love it so, so, so much. It's probably part of why I am who I am. And last but not least is a very, very good song. It's not a happy feel-good song necessarily, but it's big and it's powerful and I think it's important. It is I Choose Violence by Jax. Yeah, if you don't know it, I could not encourage you more to go and Google it and listen to it. It's a good one. So that is all of the questions for this Fab 5. I cannot wait to see Erica's look and what she chooses. She knows way more about music than I do. And I feel like I'm decently educated when it comes to music, but she blows me out of the water every time, which is what I meant when I said she would know about a baby making song or artist, because she knows music, not that she's out there, you know, practicing making babies or anything. Maybe she is, I don't know. That's none of my business. She can do whatever she wants. Anyway, hopefully you liked this video. Let me know what you think about the look. I think I got pretty lucky with this bingo. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to check out Erica's video, which I will of course have her channel linked in the description box per usual. Be good and remember to be kind to you.